very excited for The Hobbit when it was coming out, just because that was going to be the next big thing from Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
and I felt like expectations were really held high in that regard.
Yeah.
I really don't think that the viewers got what we were kind of looking for in that series.
Yeah,
So.
I agree. I actually there's actually this edit that you can find, because obviously I don't know if you've read the Hobbit book, but the Hobbit book was not three. It wasn't a trilogy. It was just one book. So when the series came out, I was like, why are they doing a trilogy? It doesn't feel. Ooh, that's a cool sword. I want that.
I was like, what do I do here?
Yeah, you gotta take it. No, yeah, I kind of was. I was like, why are they doing a trilogy for one book? I mean, I guess like I was happy in the sense that they're making more material, but I'm like, I don't see how they could write it into 3 books or 3 movies. And so I mean, it seemed like doable, I guess, but just it kind of seemed like no reason to do that when there's so much other Lord of the Rings material.
It could be like a money grab kind of thing.
Oh, for sure it was a money grab. But the funny thing is, like, I really like, I didn't hate it, but I definitely did not. There were so many unnecessary storylines. For example, Legolas. Did you say you had read the books, or you read The Hobbit?
I have not read the books. No.
Okay, so The Hobbit was. Ooh, there's a coin back here. The Hobbit. First of all, they had in the movie, spoilers to anyone that hasn't seen The Hobbit, any of the Hobbits, but that's kind of on you. I'm not gonna. I think
it's been out for
time
quite
has
some
passed.
time now. Yeah.
But honestly, they added Legolas, and they had this whole thing with Legolas where he was basically, there was like a love interest and a love triangle between one of the dwarves and an elven girl and Legolas, which the elven girl was not in the books as far as I'm aware, and I know that Legolas was not at all in the books. I mean, sure, he was alive, but he was somewhere totally different. Like, he was never in the book, and he wasn't even in that area in the town where those elves were. Like, they wasn't even in the same city, so there's no reason for him to be there. And there wasn't. Then the other thing was the Pale Orc. The Pale Orc was another plot line that was entirely just created for the movie.
Yeah, for that one specific moment.
Yeah, they wanted like a big bad across all 3 movies, because in the book it's just kind of like there's no like big bad to say except for Smaug at the end, but there's not like there's no like big villain across all 3 that would be like spread from the beginning of the plot to the end. It was like, we're gonna go to this mountain and we're gonna go find the dragon, and then like Smaug wasn't even in there to the end. So it was like to have, can I get this guy? They just wanted someone that they could draw across all 3 movies to be like the big bad of it. Yeah, so because you couldn't have done it with the dragon because he's sleeping the whole time, so you couldn't do it. But so it was they ended up creating this like huge weird storyline with it. But what I found, I actually was looking up it because I was like, man, I really would like to see this without like something more accurate to the books or to the book. And I found this thing online, and it was basically like, watch all 3 movies in one with none of the filler stuff. So only the book accurate stuff stayed. And somebody made this edit where they took all 3 movies and they just and they basically just only kept the relevant stuff that was book relevant, and it works. So they cut out the Pale Orc, they cut out all of the Elven love triangle arc, and they cut all of that out. So there was no only the stuff that was in the book stayed in, and it was it ended up being 4 hours across, or 4.5 hours, despite being 3 movies that they used. And it literally was so much better. It was so much better. It was just like you could watch all 3 movies in one sitting, a 4.5 hour sitting, which for me, I can do that, But I feel
like a lot of the time, these movies don't need to be 3 or 4 movies.
Exactly.
Realistic. It's just a lot of conversations that really don't make too much sense.
Yep.
Or they don't really mean anything to the plot. So you kind of just trim the fat. Helps out a little bit, I guess.
I feel like I have an alt or something that I just don't know how to use.
I know I have like a bow, and
yeah, I've been using the bow, but I'm like pretty positive there's like some alt. But anyway, yeah. So that was just an interesting fact. I kind of went on a rant on that, but if you are looking, if I ever find it again, pretty sure it's illegal, so I don't recommend it. But you know. But you know, because I mean, it's not the
find
official
it on YouTube.
release.
Find it on.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube or something. But
exactly.
Definitely,
I'm interested. I'm gonna
highly recommend it if you want to like watch a better version of The Hobbit.
Yeah.
So anyway.